Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eli and I run my own small business, Crochet Made by Eli. For today's video, we are going to be going through a very realistic day in the life. So I'm going to bring you guys with me from the moment I wake up until I go to bed and show you all of the things I do on a normal day. Now, if you are new here, I am physically disabled / chronically ill, so my days can look a little bit different than the average person. They do have to involve quite a lot of rest and being in my bed, but being a crochet small business owner, I'm able to do a lot of my work while still resting. So make sure you grab a cozy project and sit down with me while I bring you through a day in the life. Good morning, guys. Today we are filming a day in the life as a chronically ill disabled person who also runs their own small business. So currently it is about 3 p.m. Which I know for some people is like, how are you starting your day at 3 p.m? But being chronically ill, my symptoms are so much worse in the morning, like just significantly worse. The earlier I wake up, the harder my day is. My pain is worse, just all of my symptoms are worse in the morning. So I woke up about an hour ago, but I usually spend the first hour or two just in my bed slowly waking up, because if I have a very slow start to the day, that makes it easier to transition into being awake from being asleep. And I'm sure the people who deal with similar issues as I do with like POTS symptoms and everything, you guys understand. But I woke up around 2 p.m. and my routine for when I first wake up is to just kind of bed rot for a bit. So I grab a little snack, I take my meds, and I usually just like scroll on my phone for a bit to slowly wake up. Snack of choice for today, Ritz, which is almost the same thing I eat every morning. I usually just try to grab something that has some salt in it, some sodium, and then I take my meds, I drink some water, try to get my electrolytes in before I really start moving around. But now that I have been awake for a bit, I'm ready to start actually getting up and doing some stuff. So I'm going to write up my to-do list for today and kind of set what my goals are for the day. And then I'm gonna go up, eat some actual breakfast, and then get started on what I want to do today. So I've got my little notebook here. This is what I write my like daily to-dos in, because I find just having a set list definitely helps me keep on track and accomplish some things, and it feels good to just cross things off the list and be like, I did something. So far what I've got on my list is I need to film my shorts for the day and content for tomorrow, because my goal is to try to film 1 to 2 days in advance. Once that's filmed, I do need to post my content for today. Then I need to take some product photos for 2 of the pattern tests that I've been working on. So the first one is the Summertime's top by Hooking with Daisy May. So I finished 2 versions of the tops. I need to take pictures of those. And then I also need to take pictures of the vest that I made as a pattern test for Relax in Yarn. I also need to put away my laundry today. So gotta make sure I get that done at some point. And then I need to continue on a pattern test that I'm doing for Knotted by Sam. My goal is to get maybe another quarter of the test done, but we'll see. That one I do have a bit of a longer deadline on, but it's a bigger project, so I want to make sure I put in some good effort on that today. But that is everything I have on my list for today so far. I try to make my lists fairly small so that they are like doable, but as I cross things off, depending on the time, I will add things on as the day goes on. And again, with me being chronically ill and disabled, I do have to spend so much time resting, so sometimes I'm not able to complete my list, and that is totally fine. But again, I just try to keep my list short and doable, and as I cross things off, I'll add things on if I feel like it. So but yeah, that is the plan for today. For now, I'm gonna go upstairs, eat some breakfast, and then I think I'm gonna work on taking the product photos first, because it's nice and sunny today and I wanna get those done first so I can edit them and send them out to the pattern designers. Also, I am wearing pajamas and I'm not getting dressed because I like to be comfy. And if I don't have to leave the house, I don't really see a reason for me to put on uncomfortable clothing, because uncomfortable clothing make my symptoms worse. And my goal every day is just to do things that minimize my symptoms and don't cause injury or flare-ups or anything. So I'm in a tank top and PJ pants, and that's what I'm wearing for most of the day until I inevitably get too warm, too cold, and change outfits again. Alright guys, it is 6 p.m. I finished taking the pictures that I needed to do, got those edited and sent out to the creators, which is great. I also finished applying for markets for the rest of the year. I think I'm finished anyway. If I don't hear back or get accepted into these ones, then I will be applying for a few more. But at the moment, it looks like I'll be able to do one a month for the rest of the year, which is awesome. It's the same coordinator, the same event that I did a couple weeks ago. So the last one I did in July. So I am excited because this one was really well organized. I loved just the whole setup of it. It's a good location. I'm going to be doing outdoor. Assuming I get accepted, I'll be doing outdoor for the next 2 and then indoor for the 3 after that. So hopefully I hear back, you know, fingers crossed, but that should be good. Then I just worked on another pattern test for a bit, got some work done on that. My dad was doing some work in my room, so I was just waiting for him to be done so I could come back down here. He was finishing some work on my closet, which is awesome because I'll be able to finish unpacking a bunch of boxes. If you guys are newer here or just haven't seen much of my videos, I did move back into my parents' house in December, and I was very fortunate that they were able to create a space for me in the basement, so I have my own room and it's a good size space. We just weren't able to get the closet finished until now, so I should be able to finish unpacking a lot of boxes. Most of my stuff has been bought in boxes for at least 2 to 3 years, so it's gonna be nice to finish unpacking some of that stuff. But now that I am back in my room, I'm going to film my content for today. I am pretty late with this. I usually do it as one of the first things in my day. Typically, like after I'm awake, I've had breakfast, I come back down here and I film my reels for the day or for the next day. And I am a little bit behind on those 2 because I have nothing prepped. And like I said, I typically try to do a day or 2 in advance or more if I can. But I had a busy weekend, had stuff going on, so it's totally fine. I'm gonna go film those reels now though. For today's reels, I don't have any like specific video ideas. Like sometimes I have little tutorials or just, you know, thoughts I want to share. But for today's, I don't have anything specific. So I'm just gonna go through my saved sounds, see what I haven't used yet, and then just scroll and find some trending audios that I haven't used yet either. Also, sorry, I never look at the camera. I know you guys are right there. I find it a lot easier to talk when I can see myself, so I know I'm not making eye contact with you guys, but sorry, hopefully it doesn't look too weird. But I'm gonna go get those reels filmed now.
I don't watch TV. Like no one can. I'm wearing pants and I haven't joined a cult today.
All right, I finished recording and posting my reels for today, and I posted them on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, the 3 I post every day. So that's all done, and then I kind of doom scrolled for like a half hour or maybe longer. It's 7 o'clock now and I'm so tired. Just filming stuff makes me tired, especially having a light on me. So I'm gonna rest for a bit and probably keep working on a crochet pattern or something. I'm just gonna watch some YouTube for a bit. And this is a big part of my days. Every day is just resting in between every activity. So right now is rest time. Hey guys, it is about 10 p.m. so it's been a little bit since I've checked in, but honestly I was not doing much. I was resting while watching YouTube for a bit, and I just wasn't feeling the best physically, mentally, so I was resting for a while, and then I was just doom scrolling on TikTok, social media, then I was chatting with a friend for a bit, but I am back to working on some stuff now. So I'm not doing anything that was on my list, but my list is almost done anyway, so we're fine. But the project that I'm working on now is likely something that you guys haven't seen yet at this point, depending on when this video comes out. But I've been designing this truck that I'm crocheting for my brother for his birthday. It is going to be quite late because his birthday was about 3 weeks ago, but whatever. So this is a pretty intricate design, and so I've been procrastinating it a ton. And my brother comes down every couple days and is like, hey, can I see how the truck's going? And I'm like, no, there's no progress on it. But I've been making progress today. So I've been working on the little pieces. So I made like the front grill part, whatever you call that. Headlights. And then there's this part that's gonna sit below that. So it'd be like headlight. Like that. Hopefully you guys see the vision. Hopefully it'll come together good. Let me show you guys actually the pieces I've made so far. So these are the pieces for like the, I think it's called the cab of the truck, like the front part. So I'm hoping that using some plastic sheeting I'll be able to get the shape of it right. But that's gonna be kind of like the front of the truck, and then this is like the window on the side. I don't know, that probably doesn't look like anything, but. And then I've got all of these red pieces, which are going to make a big container for the back, because it is going to be a dump truck. So I want it to have this big red container. These are going to be lined with plastic sheets and red felt on the inside. But the goal is that it can be movable. So like it'll sit like this, and then I want it to be able to lift up, you know, so you can actually like dump stuff out. And then I've got a bunch of wheels. So this is what the wheels are looking like. It's open on the back here so that I can shove dowels in them. And the goal with that, again, is that the wheels are not like secured to the truck, so that you can actually push it and like turn it, you know, that's the goal anyway. But yeah, I've just been working on all of the pieces. So again, these are the parts. So we have like the cab, the wheels, and the axles. I think that's what it's called. The container, and then this is like the body part that's going to sit underneath it. The most complicated part is definitely going to be the front of the truck. So I've completed these two parts that I showed you, and then I'm working, well, I did these three. I'm working on those parts, which is going to be that. I don't know what the proper terms are for any of this. I'm not a truck person. But I tried to make this part the other day and it just wasn't going well, so I frogged it and left it. But working on this right now. That's what it's looking like. So very intricate, detailed stuff. But I'm gonna try to get these two done, and then I'll be done on this project for today. But at least I'll have made some good progress on it. And then I think I'm probably going to continue on the pattern test I was working on, because I've made some good progress, but not as much as I would like to have gotten done yet today. So my plan is I'm going to put on the 5th Saw movie, because last week I watched the first 4 and I'd never seen them before. So binging that series. So I think I'm going to watch the 5th one, finish up the last little pieces for this truck, and then continue on the pattern test that I was doing. That's the goal. And then at some point I do still want to do my laundry, but might not end up doing that today. It really does not take me long at all. Like, it takes me max 10 minutes. So you know what? Actually, let's time lapse and do it right now. Because if I don't do it right now, I'm not going to do it till like the end of the week. So let's do it right now. That is done. That took maybe 5 minutes, maybe. But if you watch that and you're like, you didn't fold any of your laundry, you just put it in piles. Yeah, that's all I do. The only thing that I actually fold is my t-shirts, because I wear basically only graphic t-shirts or tank tops, and I like to be able to see what graphic is on it so I know which one I want to pick. But other than that, I really don't have a reason to fold anything. And again, being chronically ill and disabled, my energy is very limited, and so I'm very picky. I have to be very picky on which things I spend energy on, and laundry is just one that I can't spend time folding things. I also rewear the same things so often because I live in my pajamas basically. So for me, it's a lot easier just to sort things into their piles, throw them into their drawers or into their bins, and then I can just pick through my favorite things. It makes doing laundry so much easier, and it makes it easier for me to get dressed, and it's just something I don't need to spend energy on. I did used to love folding my things. I was very particular about how I folded things, and that also kind of became an issue because I would just get kind of obsessive over folding things in very specific ways and organizing drawers in specific ways where it was almost difficult to get dressed because I didn't want to ruin the perfect drawers, right? But I am glad that that is done, so I can cross that off my to-do list. The only other thing I had left on there was just finishing a certain part of the pattern test, which I should be able to get done while I watch this movie. So now let's put on saw number 5. I just decided I do actually want to go get stoned before I watch the movie. It's just so much easier to watch movies when I'm stoned. So be right back. I am back. It's like 11:11 now. I don't even remember what time I went outside. It's been longer outside than I planned on because my brother and his boyfriend ended up being there. So I was like, well, if you're already out here, we might as well have a nice sesh. So smoked a bit, chatted for a bit. Now I'm actually gonna watch Saw. Alright, it's about 1 a.m. I just finished the 5th Saw movie. Sorry for the lighting, my big light's off, so I just have my LED, whatever. I feel like it just like, I looked so blue and the lighting is weird. See? Now it's more blue. Anyway, I'm not turning on the big light because no big light at night. But I just finished the 5th movie and I found this one like really confusing and really hard to follow. If you guys have seen it, let me know just how your thoughts were on the movie, what your thoughts were on the movie, how you felt about it. But I found this one really hard to follow because of all of the flashback scenes, and it was just difficult to tell what was current time and what was real, what was like past, what was memories, and I'm sure it was like meant to be confusing. Like I understand what happened, I think, but I feel like I immediately need to watch it again to like actually understand what happened. But I also don't want to watch it again because I want to watch the next one. So I'm probably gonna like watch the whole series and then go back and watch the whole series from the beginning again. I'm also gonna take an edible so that I can get nice and stoned because I'm gonna put on number 6 now because like it is 1 a.m. but I'm not ready to sleep yet. So I also haven't shown the project I'm working on purpose because it is a pattern test and one of the guidelines in it was just to not film while you're crocheting it, and I don't know what exactly fits in that, and like so I don't know what would be okay to show and what wouldn't be, so I'm just not showing any of it because obviously I want to respect that. So that's why I'm just not showing what I've been working on. But I'm almost up to the point in the test of what my goal was for today, which I'm very happy about, because that would mean that I crossed off everything on my to-do list and made a little bit of progress on the truck for my brother, which is awesome because I really do need to make progress on that. Okay, it is 2:30 now. I just finished Saw 6. Is that the one I just watched? Yes, Saw 6. I loved how that ended. Oh my god, I loved this one. I also was able to follow it a lot easier. A lot easier than Saw 5. My edible absolutely has kicked in. I feel like it's a good one this time. So, since it's 2:30, also, I didn't crochet anything else. What did I do? I think I just watched the movie. I was on my phone. I think I was doing something on my phone. I don't fucking know. Okay, what was I gonna say? 2:30, so I'm going to watch Bob's Burgers and go to sleep. That's what I'm trying to say. So, anyway, I'm sure I'll close this off tomorrow because I don't feel like doing any of that tonight. Bye-bye. Hello guys, it is the next day. Last night I watched Bob's Burgers until I fell asleep and had a fantastic sleep. So thank you guys for joining a day with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, seeing a very realistic day in the life as a chronically ill, disabled small business owner. So if you guys are interested in seeing more content with me or just seeing a little bit more of the behind the scenes type things, make sure you check out my Instagram or my TikTok because I post a lot more frequently on there, especially on my stories on Instagram. So they're all under the same name, Crochet Made by Eli, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and feel free to subscribe to my channel as I post new videos every week and sometimes twice. So thank you guys again for joining a day in the life with me, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye!